This might come as a surprise to some in the wider crypto market, but Shib is still in the business of making millionaires out of people. And this is happening with just a couple of dollars in investment. Want to find out just how much you need to be one of those made millionaires? Make sure to keep watching this video. Disclaimer. Getting right into it, there are many investors that consider Shib a money-making machine, and that's because the token has actually made them a lot of money. Of course, most of these investors were those who got into Shib with just a couple of dollars back when there were 10 zeros. But they stayed in the Shiba Inu market long enough for the token to drop half of its zeros in order for those millions to start rolling in. One particular investor was able to see their $200 investment turn into millions of dollars in profit. Unfortunately, a number of people did not hold long enough to get those millions. One particular investor only narrowly missed that taste of success. This investor bought more than 300 billion Shib not too long after Shiba Inu got launched. And if you know the history of Shiba Inu, you know that while it launched with 9 zeros, it managed to pick up another zero a couple of weeks later. This must have scared this investor into thinking that he might lose his investment, and so he decided to sell off his holdings, even though it was only a $200 investment. By October of 2021, when the price of Shib was at an all-time high, that $200 investment was worth a whopping $21 million. And no one would have known about this unfortunate incident if the investor himself did not mention it on Twitter. Not too long after it became public that Shib's price had hit an all-time high, this investor took to his Twitter page to write, "The $200 of Shib I sold last year is now worth $21 million. No big deal." It must have been a couple of months since this investor sold off their tokens, but hearing that they could have been $21 million richer based off of a $200 investment would definitely make anyone cry. What's even sadder is that even now, with Shib's current price, that $200 investment would still be worth millions. We're talking close to $4 million. Now, I don't know about you, but the story speaks to the importance of holding, regardless of what the market might look like right now. That investor sold off because Shib added a zero, but it dropped many zeros not too long after. Unfortunately, that investor was no longer in the market. That said, please do not consider this investment advice because it isn't. Make sure to do your own research before making any investment decision. Moving on from that, mysterious whale activities have been spotted and we need to figure out what it's about. Whale Alerts, the platform that tracks whale activities, recently mentioned that over 6 trillion Shib tokens worth about $65 million had been moved between whale wallets across 3 different transactions. Of course, the amount of tokens that were moved is something to think about, but the fact that the tokens were moved among whales also needs to be considered. No one knows what exactly is going on, but there doesn't seem to be cause for alarm seeing as the tokens were not moved to an exchange. If they had been moved to an exchange, it might have been an indication that they were preparing to sell their tokens. But because the movements were among whales, analysts are considering that it might be just whales or exchanges trying to reshuffle their wallets. If you have any ideas on this, consider sharing your thoughts in the comments section below. Meanwhile, Shibarium has continued to experience significant transaction numbers, which is something that we definitely want to see. According to You Today, on April 1st, Shiba Inu saw the largest spike in daily active Shib addresses in more than a year, as over 35,788 unique addresses interacted on the network. The Shibarium Public Beta Testnet, or PuppyNet, which recently handled over 1 million transactions and had over 200,000 interacting wallet addresses, may have contributed to this. Something else in the Shiba Inu ecosystem that has been doing quite well is Shib Burns. But before we get into that, this channel has a daily giveaway of 100,000 Shib. For a chance to participate in the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment below #ShibaInu. Good luck! In March, the Shiba Inu community managed to send more than 7 billion Shib tokens to the Burn wallet. So we are inching closer to the desired burn rate. Interestingly, Shib Burn, the Shiba Inu Burn initiative that also tracks Shib Burns, mentioned that the Burn wallet is not the only place where tokens are being sent to be burned. According to them, we have been tracking burns that occur within verified burn addresses, but there have been transactions that have been sent to the Shib contract address that are also unrecoverable. we've been informed on other transactions that were sent to other contracts with ownership renounced. I will provide an update on this soon. I do advise against the approach if it is done intentionally, since it makes it difficult to track. There could be dozens of contracts like this that we are unaware of. I would recommend using only verified null addresses to simplify the process. If you found this really valuable, please drop a comment and share this video with friends. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, thus helping me to keep increasing the quality of the videos. Speaking of Shib Burns, Shib Burns made an exciting new update on Twitter. The update talks about the revamping of the Shib Burns site and a number of upcoming Web3 projects that will be integrated into it. Shib Burns has said that this revamped platform will include a marketplace, a wallet, and a number of other surprises for the community. And of course, all of that would be powered by the Shib token. It looks like there is still a lot of work going into this though. So not so much information has been given, but Shib Burns has said that they will update the community with more details soon. Anyway, with the information that we have so far, what do you think? Is a revamped Shib Burns platform something that you are excited about? Consider sharing your thoughts with us in the comments section below. One last thing before we call it a day here. American venture capitalist investor Tim Draper has warned businesses to prepare for even more bank failures, especially if the government continues to print money and increase interest rates. He doesn't seem to think all hope is lost though. He recommended to business owners that they consider holding about 6 months worth of cash in 2 separate bank accounts, one with a local bank and another with an international bank. But he also suggested that business owners consider keeping at least 2 payrolls worth of cash in cryptocurrencies. So first off, he seems to think that cryptocurrency would survive whatever it is that is happening with traditional banks and the government is doing to save the economy. In fact, he believes that cryptocurrency would be the way out for those businesses that would be hit by the suffering economy. So by holding 2 payrolls worth of cash in crypto, business owners would have enough running costs to pay staff while they try to recover from their losses. In regards to this, Cointelegraph reports that in a March 25th report directed at business founders, Tim Draper stated that Bitcoin is a hedge against a domino run on the banks and overbearing government intervention, adding that businesses can no longer rely on a single bank or governing body to manage their cash. These preventative steps were necessary, according to Draper, because for the first time in many years, governments are seizing control of banks, and governments themselves are at risk of becoming insolvent. Now, most of us might not be business owners, but I think this is something that we need to pay attention to as well. If banks are going to continue dropping like flies around us, we need to start thinking of ways to protect ourselves and our money. Ways to make sure that we will always have access to our money. And if an experienced venture capitalist is suggesting crypto, we might want to really give it some thought. If you are doing that, Shib is one of the top cryptos that is really cheap to get into, just so you know. That said, I must stress at this point that I am not giving you financial advice. It remains your duty to do your own research before making commitments with your money. With that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then please like this video and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please share this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.